Breaking news, and Wolves have rejected a bid from Leeds for Jørgen Strand Larsen. The value of it's currently unconfirmed, but Wolves are believed to value him at £40 million, so we can assume it is under that. Wolves are quite content for him to stay, but he has interest from a number of clubs this month, and if he leaves, he has said that he wants to stay in the Premier League.
Wrexham. Right, when we come back, we're going to talk Arsenal. Everything is going well. Are they going to lose a player, though? That's coming next on The Transfer Show.
Could leave the Emirates then?
Yeah, there's talk in the Dutch press about Christian Nørgaard, and this has completely come from that side of the equation with Ajax just having a look at his situation at Arsenal. He hasn't started a Premier League game since he signed from Brentford in the summer. He has started in the League Cup and in other competitions, but clearly not getting the game time that he would have wanted. But we know Arsenal's strength in depth in that squad. Very, very difficult to get game time in that team. So let's see what Arsenal's situation is with that. But as far as we know, there's no appetite at the moment for Arsenal to allow Nørgaard to leave.
Could you tell me in 30 seconds less than about Joshua Zirkzee? Actually, 20 seconds.
He can.
Yeah, Roma will begin preparing a proposal for Manchester United this week, according to our colleagues at Sky in Italy. More from 7.
Yeah.
And Mark, it looked, from what I was seeing, fairly seamless fitting into that Manchester City back line. From your point of view, how was it today?
I really enjoyed it today. You know, I'm coming into a side with so much experience, so many quality players, with a top manager, and you know, since I've come to the club, everyone's made me feel so welcome. So, yeah, it's a good start, but a lot of learning to do and a lot of work that's going to have to go into the future.
Hello, Mark. Oh, it's Clinton, mate. Actually, I don't even need to say hello to you. You already know who it is.
Oh,
I hope you're not missing me too much, mate. But how are you settling in there?
Clinton, I love you, you know, you're the man. I can't even
lie. Don't say that, Mark. Don't say that. See what I mean?
No.
See?
I have to. He's my guy. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great since I've come to the club. Like I said, everyone's made me feel so welcome. The fans, the staff, the players. So yeah, couldn't ask for anything more.
I'm glad, man. You're my favourite player. You already know that. Back to you, Si, because this is too much of a loving. I don't want everyone there to get jealous.
Well, we like to spread it around. We'll spread the love around.
Yeah, spread the love around.
You want to go next?
Mark, it's Michael Dawson here. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on your debut. There's been a lot of speculation around your future for numerous months. How delighted are you to get it all sorted, sealed, and then obviously you look to the future now?
Hi, Michael. Yeah, it's been a long road, to be honest. I wouldn't say a few months, it felt like a few years, to be honest. Every 2 minutes I'm looking up at the TV and my face is there, and you know, I'm not the type of person that wants to see my face. I see it every day anyway, so you get tired of it. But I'm glad I've had good people around me. I've come from a club like Crystal Palace who have, you know, protected me, kept me safe, allowed me to even be in this position. So, you know, I'm just grateful to everyone.
Hey, listen, Mark, we'd rather see your face on the screen than Clinton Morrison's, that's for sure.
You have a load of injuries, James. Does that mean they have to spend some money in this window?
They have to, regardless of who the head coach is. We know there's uncertainty around Thomas Frank, but when you look at the injuries, it feels like every match they're picking up a significant injury as well. Lucas Bergvall has joined Ben Davis and Rodrigo Bentancur on the sidelines. Those injuries picked up in the last few weeks. We know they're looking for a left-sided forward option. Richarlison out injured. Son, he's not fully been replaced. James Maddison, Dominic Solanke, who's just returned to fitness. Dejan Kulusevski. Heading into 6 months in charge, Thomas Frank had yet to be able to give either of those three key players a debut under him. So that sums up where they've been right now in terms of right-sided forward options. Unfortunately, they sold Brennan Johnson before they realised Mohamed Kudus was going to be out until April.
James, do you bring players in when those players, you'd hope, will get fit at some stage?
That's always the deliberation. You have it in January, and that's why sometimes short-term options, and that's something that Spurs have done in recent time. Matthias Tell, last January, they signed him on loan until the end of the season. They decided to make that permanent. Kolo Muani, that's a loan deal as well. So Spurs have shown a willingness under this regime and in previous regimes to be flexible. I've got some quotes from Thomas Frank when it comes to signing Sosa. These are really interesting quotes in the last few minutes. He says, "We believe we have brought one of the brightest left-back talents in the world who can give us something now, but also for the future. We know Ben Davis has a long-term injury now. Whether or not he plays for Spurs for the rest of the season, or again, because of his contract situation, we wait to see. But it looks like Sousa's a player who's been brought in to make an impact now, and clearly at the age of 19, a player for the future as well. So a right-sided forward, a left-sided forward, that's what they're looking at. But they have managed to sign Conor Gallagher and now Sousa in the last few minutes. OK,
I want to talk Liverpool now. Harvey Elliott on loan at Aston Villa, of course, James. Not getting any playing time, really. Is there a way out?
There's a potential route out, and Dean Smith has exclusively confirmed to Sky Sports News today that Charlotte FC are interested in signing him. We know that he joined Villa on loan last summer from Liverpool, and that deal would become permanent if he played a certain number of matches. He's only featured 5 times across all competitions this season. This was the player of the tournament in the Under-21 Euros last summer. Earlier this month, Unai Emery admitted that Villa decided 2 months ago they were not convinced to sign him, so they would not play him because they did not want to spend that money to sign him permanently. So one thing we saw, Dean Smith was recently at Villa Park and he spoke and put out the feelers, he told Sky Sports News. He was thinking about it and thought there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity for him to come out and play if that's what Liverpool or Villa wanted to do. So potentially there's an exit route for Harvey Elliott for the rest of the season, because clearly at Aston Villa he's not going to play any more matches because they, financially and in terms of their constraints,
different clubs in any season, but you're only allowed to play for 2 of them. Now, Harvey Elliott has already played for Liverpool this season. He's played for Aston Villa. So he's registered with 2 clubs and he's played for 2 clubs. So people will ask, how can he play for Charlotte FC? He can be registered with them, but how can he play for them? Well, he's not allowed to play for another club that is running a season that's concurrent with the Premier League. So he couldn't go to one of European football's top leagues or stay in the Premier League. Or the one team he could go back to is, of course, Liverpool, because that's the other club he's played for. But the MLS season starts later in the year. And so that's why it's seen as a different season. Hence why that was one of the avenues that he could have gone down. And at the time, we weren't really expecting it. And if you look back at last season, he's won the title with Liverpool. He's then gone to the under-21s, and James mentioned it there. Yeah. Scored 5 goals, I think. He was the the player of the tournament. They won the tournament, and then he gets this move to Aston Villa because of all of the outlay that Liverpool had made last summer. And a lot of people thought this is going to be brilliant for Harvey Elliott. He's going to get regular first-team football. And people were even mentioning, do you know what? If he plays well for Aston Villa, there's a World Cup at the end of the season. Is there an outside chance that maybe Harvey Elliott could get into the Thomas Tuchel's World Cup squad? But it's gone completely wrong for him, because Aston Villa have decided, actually, no, this is not the route we want to go down. We don't want to outlay this money that we are obligated to buy depending on his appearances. And now he's been left in limbo a little bit. I dare think, at the start of the season, when Harvey Elliott was playing for Liverpool and there was talk about him going to Aston Villa, that he may end his season playing in the MLS for Charlotte FC at his age as well. But look, he obviously wants to play football, and if Dean Smith can get his way and sign him, it'll be a fantastic signing for Charlotte FC.
Wouldn't it just? Right, we are going to have to take a break. It's not been a great January for Crystal Palace, has it? They've lost their captain, their manager's leaving in the summer, their star striker wants out, and now they're battling Wrexham for a signing. Palace or Hollywood royalty? What would you do? See you in a bit.
Wolves smash £40 million offer for Jørgen Strand Larsen as Brentford rage. Christian Nørgaard eyes shock Arsenal exit. Arteta's midfield in crisis. What happens next for Gunners' title race? Wolves demand £55 million plus for Norwegian hotshot after rejecting Brentford bid. Strand Larsen's 12 goals keep Molineux flying. Meanwhile, Nørgaard unsettled despite FA Cup glory. Tottenham, Newcastle circle £35 million Danish destroyer. Arsenal scramble replacements.